The day my grandmother died, my father did not cry. He smiled in a way that made my stomach tighten, as if he had been waiting for something that was never meant to be his. Please stay with me for this story. Listen gently, because it is not about money at all. It is about how people treat each other when they think they are untouchable. My name is Oliver Hale. I grew up in a narrow red brick house in Surrey, the sort with a small front garden and a broken gate that never quite shut. From the outside, we looked ordinary. Inside, things were quieter than they should have been. My grandmother, Margaret Hale, lived 3 hours away in a quiet part of the Cotswolds. To the world, she was a mystery. To me, she was simply Nan. She wore cardigans even in summer, drank weak tea, and listened more than she spoke. I did not know until I was 17 that she was one of the wealthiest women in Europe. My father, Richard Hale, knew. He always knew. He reminded me often that I was lucky to have been allowed to see her. He called her cold, selfish, difficult. Yet every Christmas he would send her long letters asking for help, investments, favors. When she refused, he would slam doors and curse her name. I was raised mostly by my mother until she passed away when I was 12. After that, my father became louder, sharper. He mocked my quiet nature, my preference for books over football, my habit of thinking before speaking. "You'll never survive the real world," he'd say, laughing at his own cruelty. Nan never mocked me. She watched me carefully, like she was learning something important. When she died, the solicitor called me directly, not my father, me. At the reading of the will, any argument ever could. Illness came suddenly. My father collapsed one afternoon in the kitchen. The man who had towered over me now lay still, smaller than I had ever seen him. Recovery was slow. Pride does not heal easily. He needed help. Transport, paperwork, care. For the first time, he asked instead of demanded. The roles reversed quietly. Not dramatically. I became the one making decisions, scheduling appointments, speaking to professionals. He grew frustrated when I took my time, when I asked questions, when I explained things gently. "You're treating me like a child," he snapped once. I remembered every time he had laughed at me. I did not snap back. I simply said, "I'm doing my best." Dependence changes people. My father's world became smaller. His friends stopped calling. His voice softened. His eyes avoided mine. One afternoon he asked about the money, not angrily, carefully. "I didn't realize how hard I was on you," he said. The words sounded unfamiliar in his mouth. I thought I knew better. I said nothing. He waited. The silence weighed on him the way his words had once weighed on me. That was the karma. Not punishment, not revenge, but understanding arriving too late to undo the damage. We live quietly now. Separate homes, careful conversations, respect learned through loss. I use the money thoughtfully. Education, housing, quiet support for people who never ask. Sometimes I sit with a cup of tea and think of Nan, of how she saw what others missed. If this story stayed with you, take a moment, reflect, share it with someone who needs it. Leave a comment, follow along, and remember how powerful kindness becomes when it is finally returned. Because the way we treat others never disappears. It only waits.